the
Was
chat.
that on camera? Did Ed get caught?
It barely didn't catch that.
Say it again.
Started like right after.
Say it again.
So
Nah, I'm good.
You could be a legend,
welcome.
Julian. You said you wanted a job, right? Well, we got one in that industry.
Welcome to episode 23, Skyrim mods on Switch.
the way you said
Joining me today is Julian, DJ09, Mitch, Mitvini, and Larone, Radacow.
God, you pronounced that so wrong.
So, yeah, let's get this started.
Disgust me. Your culture, your entire species disgusts me.
I'm afraid that includes you.
It's English.
This is why I don't like video games, because they appeal to the male fantasy.
Those memes are the best.
All right. Anyway, Skyrim mods confirmed to work on modded Nintendo Switch. I mean,
Pretty cool stuff.
this always happens. They hacked it into the PS3 and Xbox before like any of the supported mod stuff existed. So now they've done it for Switch.
Does the game even run well?
On PS3, no, they couldn't even get the DLCs on PS3. Hey, those didn't come out until way later.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean it's cool. It works. Switch modding is a thing.
Have to go through the whole gauntlet.
What? Like every mod?
Yeah.
Or like only certain mods?
No.
Yeah, modding the Switch is some risky business. In part because Nintendo is banning online features for suspected pirated game carts.
Wow, we're just gonna skip over Mitch's topic like that?
I mean, I didn't have anything else to say.
I was gonna say he said he had nothing more to say. I segued. So
I would have stopped him if I had something more to say. Not like we haven't done this before.
True.
we can always go back. So yeah, Nintendo banning online features for suspected pirated game carts. So this means that if you were to take your ROM on your game cart, dump it, and put it on a website online, Nintendo has a way of looking at that ROM, figuring out what cart it came from, and banning that particular cartridge from online features.
Oh.
Okay, so first off, if you're using a pirated game on a console, why are you playing online? Like
People don't
back
understand
in the
that.
360 and PS3 days, that would get you your entire console instantly.
No,
banned.
okay. So maybe you're misunderstanding. It's not.
Okay, I'm misunderstanding.
So Nintendo is looking at sites where people are uploading ROMs. They can look at those ROMs and find out what cart it originally came from and ban the original cart.
Oh.
So those original carts that were bought legally are getting banned because they were dumped and then shared online.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which puts a kind of a damper on the pre-owned game market for Switch, because you could buy a game and it could be banned without you knowing, or it could be about to get banned without you knowing,
That's
which
some
is
shit.
What if I go buy it and then return it?
yeah, and that's a criticism that Nintendo's facing over this. And
Nintendo's always had a history with like piracy in their games, right? Like,
yeah.
Stuff like
Yeah, and they clearly planned for this to potentially happen because they embedded this new unique ID into every cartridge. Probably for this purpose. I mean, it could have other uses too, theoretically, but the fact that if you dump the ROM, that your cartridge's unique ID is somewhere in there that Nintendo can extract.
Well, now that people know to look for it, I'm sure they can find a way to just change it.
That's maybe it depends on how obfuscated it is or how easy that is to do.
I'm sure they'll find a way. It probably won't be easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So who knows? But it's some shit for sure. Yeah. The biggest problem is the
Nintendo just do get pirated a lot, so I think it's like a lot more than other games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just look at Dolphin. So that it's not like they're trying to sell Wii games and
Right.
GameCube games anymore.
But to be fair, there's also a Cemu, which is a Wii U emulator that's actually gotten
Yeah.
pretty good, and there's also a Switch emulator that's already being able to boot into games.
Jeez.
Already?
Yeah. To be fair, that's how all emulators go. The initial progress is really, really fast, but then it starts slowing down like asymptotically because it just starts getting way harder. But yeah, it's already kind of like working for some stuff, so that puts some extra pressure on Nintendo. And yeah, so Nintendo is it's kind of interesting that they're so concerned about them right now, considering there aren't any emulators that are good enough to actually play a game.
You know, this is
As of
why
right now.
this is why Microsoft had the right idea. You know, just make it the console only online.
Online only.
Buying used games not a thing anymore. Because you're cutting into our bottom line.
Yeah, that's nuts. When Microsoft was that was Microsoft's like being an EA moment right there. Like Mauricio never seems to talk about that. He leaves that out. But
Who leaves what out?
Microsoft, Mauricio, I've never heard him mention that. That time that
I mean,
Microsoft tried to
why
screw
would he
the
bring up
second-hand
their
gaming
worst
market.
You bring that
in
up.
a long time.
Is Mauricio like a big Microsoft family?
Yeah, what?
Yes.
Have you been on this podcast?
Yes.
Apparently, you have.
Yeah,
He,
I know he
like,
likes
he likes
Gears and
Xbox.
I mean, like Gears and Halo, but like.
He'll.
So?
I wouldn't call him a fanboy, but he likes Microsoft or Xbox.
Like, is he like the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One?
Both.
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 Huh? Because the Xbox One hasn't given anyone a reason to like it. I mean, there's nothing against it. It just doesn't have anything going.
You
for
should tell him that.
You should tell him.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah.
If you don't have a gaming PC, then it's. I understand you getting an Xbox One. Besides that, then I don't.
But why? What games does it have that aren't on PS4?
It's there's Gears, Halo, Killer Instinct.
Wasn't Halo 5 or wasn't Halo 5 considered to be really bad?
I
Hey, you
Yes.
didn't say what good games.
I didn't say good games.
Fair.
Sunset Overdrive, some
That
other
game was
stuff.
also terrible.
Terrible, really. I heard,
That's what I've
mixed
heard.
things.
I
I heard
don't
mixed things about it.
Well, mixed things.
Hold up.
Actually, I might be thinking of something else. Someone fact check that for me. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of that one with like the girl and her robot dog. Whatever
Oh,
that one.
Record? Oh,
Yeah,
that-
Record.
What?
Yeah, that one's terrible.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Sunset Overdrive is fine.
Yeah. It's
Does it have
Record,
Laura
it's
Bailey
terrible.
in
How many times are you gonna ask this question?
it?
Like I know what that means.
It's a Sunset Overdrive behind the voice actors. Let me see.
Alright, Laura Bailey, there's no way.
All right. Well, while Julian looks that
Yeah,
up,
look, Wendy Tarth is Laura Bailey.
Who?
Oh
Who?
my
I don't even know this character's
oh my
name.
god.
This coincidence.
Oh my god.
I feel like y'all plan these games to bring up.
for those who are new to the show, Rated Cows has this like closet obsession with Laura Bailey.
Closet.
Okay.
Clear.
Obsession
Okay, I will be fair to him.
is just not.
It's not an obsession.
gonna-
However, he is quite a big fan, though he will not openly admit that.
Yeah, that's a better way to say that.
Nope.
It was just funnier to say closeted obsession.
I don't get why he denies it though. It's like nothing to be ashamed of.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know I was on the topic list.
Well,
Oh,
moving on to the next topics, which still Nintendo related. This is the last of the Nintendo news. Oh no, it's not. Second to last of the Nintendo related news tonight.
How dare you lie to our viewers?
Smash. So this is part one of Sakurai's Smash thing in Famitsu for this month. talking about Ultimate, of course, which has been worked on since December of 2015,
Yeah, I confirmed it.
which is
He was working on this along.
yeah, alongside
DLC.
the DLC. So this has
So that
been
means he's using the Smash ballot.
Which is why
What?
Gino's going to be in this game.
You gotta
Waluigi. And Lanky Kong did win the ballot.
He actually did.
so
I don't know what you're talking about.
that gives me a lot of extra hope for this game in a way. I don't know, like 3 years, 3 years on like
Yeah.
they didn't start over. They've been working on it for 3 years, but they're using like they started with Smash 4 and
So
like
it's
evolved
more like
it into
Majora's
this.
Mask than it is Wind Waker.
Yeah, and
Basically.
but except instead of being done in 9 months, it's being done in 3 years. So that's cool.
So like Skyward Sword.
No, Skyward Sword was
Was
like
Skyward Sword-
12 years.
Is that built upon another engine?
No, I don't know. I'm just
Skyward Sword. All the Zelda games are on their own engines except for
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Other than that,
They
they've
should
all
do-
been done from scratch.
They should reuse Breath of the Wild engine to make like a game that's really good, not just one that's kind of good.
Yeah, I know. And
I can see
maybe
that.
they will. They did it with
I'm
Smash.
really happy with that.
It looks like they're trying to do that with Smash 4. They took a game that's pretty good and they're trying to make it actually like really good. All right,
It's
all
a
right.
good
Smash
Nice
4.
try.
They took a good party game and now they're making it a good game.
Okay, in retrospect, Smash 4 is a good game. All right,
It's
we all just don't like it because we're competitive.
Nah.
Yeah.
Smash 4.
Yeah,
or
we
Smash
liked
Bros.
it.
was
We
good when
liked
I was
it.
winning.
We liked it more early in its earlier days than we did in the end.
The more I played it, the more I learned to hate it.
Yeah. Well, Smash 4 had a lot of gunk in it, and it looks like he's trying to do a lot of gunk removal in this game. He's like,
The
Draining the-
3DS
he's-
ruined
He's
everything.
draining the swamp.
And
That
now
is
that there's no
actually true.
3DS.
yeah, it's actually true. The
and it's
3DS
not on a
like got in
dog
the
shit
way.
console.
Talk shit console.
Yeah, and
You can
it's
make it good.
right. It's on a console with like a big user base and people who actually want this game.
I mean, there was a whole lot of pressure. Like that game needed to save the Wii U.
And it did help the Wii U.
Now there's no
It
pressure.
stopped it from totally. Yeah, now there's no
It
pressure.
could literally release trash and it would fly off the shelf.
Yeah, okay, people like who I didn't even like. For a lot of people who are like kind of on the fence about getting a Switch, even people who don't care that much about Nintendo stuff, at least some of the people at work and whatever, they're like, I have to get a Switch now because Smash Ultimate looks awesome.
I'm gonna be the hipster here. I already have a Switch because of the other games on it, so fuck you guys.
I wanted to switch
The
the
Yoshi game is
was gonna say-
coming out next year.
If my hands didn't have the problems they do, I would have bought a Switch in like the moment I could have found one on a shelf somewhere.
What
Again,
about-
metal hands. It'll give you the competitive edge you need. You can finally beat Alex.
You already
But-
beat Alex in the.
Yeah,
thing
no,
with Iron Man.
look, Jake. No amount of metal hands or training or whatever is going to help you beat Charles. I'm sorry.
All right, name dropping a bunch of people that the audience don't know aside.
But you know them.
We don't have an audience.
We
Yes,
actually have
stop
a
saying.
few random people watching,
Oh,
but
we'll have to bring Charles on the chat and he can shit talk you.
all right.
If they cared enough, they'll ask in the.
Charles will get
Twitch
on the chat and he'll be like, "Hey, Jake, remember that time you beat me at Melee?" I don't.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Remember that time I cared about beating you at Melee?" He'll be like, "No." And we'll all laugh, and the table will laugh, and we'll kill the table.
Anyway, Smash Ultimate. All wanted to he confirmed that he wants to increase the speed of the game, but not too much.
Wrong answer.
The newcomers.
Okay,
Fuck 'em.
But I don't get the newcomers won't even notice. They won't care about the speed of. Like when you were a
I-
kid,
I
did you care?
I I say that kind of like I guess I think casual gamers have become more accustomed to games being more accessible. Like in the Melee
speed of the
era,
game-
like Melee, if you were to release that now to newcomers, it might not feel nearly as polished. Like I play with casuals who like played some Smash 4 and then they go try to play Melee and they complain like the whole time that like everything's wrong and like the
know
game
this.
feels
I know that.
terrible and I keep dying and the gravity is so much worse and this is too fast and
And I know that's what I did when I first started playing it, even
Yeah.
competitively. It's like this game feels like shit, and it does
What?
until you learn how to actually move.
yeah, to be
Yeah, he doesn't want there to be a giant barrier.
yeah,
I just didn't think casuals
Which-
would notice the physics or the speed of the game. They would just play Smash.
Oh, they do because Melee.
they do like more
Feels
than
like-
we do in a way, in like a weird kind of way. We notice it for what it is, but they just like I can't explain it, but this game feels like garbage, kind of thing. Like we can explain it, but like the casuals can't, but they still feel it. Good,
When I was a
good,
kid,
good
I
game
didn't
design
care
goes
about,
along.
Like,
Oh,
the
when I was a
speed
kid,
But
I
that-
didn't
of
care either.
64 notes.
Yeah, but being a
Kid-
kid is
kid,
different than
kid.
being a casual gamer.
Fair enough.
Like,
'Cause
we're,
this
we're
is-
talking about. Like,
Yeah, Smash is a
you know,
mass
high
appeal
school,
game.
College age kids who have been playing games for a while.
Yeah,
Like, they can pick up on the subtleties. They just can't. They haven't put in the time to explain it. A kid, if it has Mario in it, it's a good game. There's no debate.
right. And
When I
kids,
was a kid, I flicked the C stick and killed people.
we banned the C stick at my house. C stick was cheating.
Oh, you're one of those?
You're one of those people.
Ugh.
I didn't even.
We
know the
were. I
C-stick could-
disagreed, but that was how it went. Whenever my cousins were over, like, no, if you use the C stick, that's cheap. C stick's
Pick
cheap.
Falco and you have smashed across the stage.
I didn't even know the C stick like did anything until I met you guys.
Jesus.
I mean, to be fair, the last time I played Brawl before college, I was in 7th grade.
I played Brawl in high school. I remember Jake when I first met you.
Yeah, I played Brawl
I just-
from release to its demise.
I just remember, like, I went into James's room and you were there, and I was like, oh shit, it's this guy from Lab. And then we played Brawl, and I kicked James's ass by doing nothing but flutter kicking and saying, bitches love the flutter kicks, and he couldn't handle it.
This isn't actually a true story. This is real. Mitch isn't.
bitches love
He's
the
not
flutter kicks.
exaggerating, and that is exactly what he kept saying.
It's like,
We
"Stop
hate-
flutter kicking. and
We
bitches
hated
love the
Mitch
flutter
back
kicks."
then.
Yeah,
This
he
is-
hates everyone.
This is like week 2 of knowing Mitch.
He liked Joe, and I was just along for the ride with Joe.
That's
Remember, he shot like a giant ass laser at me using an item, and I just like egg stalled above it, and he just couldn't believe it. And then Joe beat him in a 1-on-1, and like he never let it down. That was a good time.
All right, so yeah.
And someone got shot that night. Yeah, and we all got an email about it.
Oh yeah.
So we're like,
All right, hold on. This is like
That
no one
happened.
has any idea what we're talking about at this point.
I do.
Bring it back. Try to bring it back to the article here.
If they'll care enough, they'll ask.
So yeah, he says that he's taking a page out of
Racing
games as for character unlocking to give very few characters initially and have you progress through them instead of having too much available to you all at once at the beginning. I'm super hype about this. I don't even know
Yeah, no,
why I'm excited about this, but I am.
Well,
Like-
it makes the progression kind of feel nicer because with Smash 4 you had to unlock like 5 characters and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of the casuals complained about that because there's nothing to do in the game. I already have everything.
It's not even that. It's just the way you unlock characters in that game was stupid.
Yeah, that too. Hopefully it's a little bit. Well, I want it to be easy.
He
So,
said it's streamlined.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that,
I
like-
think the
like they're going to be day 1 tournaments, right? They're going to be release day tournaments. And people are just gonna be like, well, I guess I'm stuck with Yoshi, and I'm like, God damn it, it's my thing. People are gonna take my color.
maybe
Wayne Brady's
Nintendo
gonna have to choke a bitch.
maybe Nintendo will sponsor some of those day 1 tournaments and give them fully unlocked systems.
Well, I just mean like the locals.
Yeah, well, they're screwed. Or somebody's got to
Get
Camp
there
out
at
at-
midnight
yeah.
and get to work.
Yep.
I know, I'm buying the game day 1, just gonna
Yeah, for
Probably.
sure.
Shazams, what are those?
Oh, I'll probably pre-order if there's a deluxe special
Yep.
edition with golden amiibos. I'm probably on that shit. Let's go.
Golden amiibo.
I don't know what they're gonna like solid gold amiibos, like $40,000
Don't they-
special edition.
You don't know. You need to get 10 copies and sell them.
Don't be that guy.
Oh yeah, start scalping? No.
Don't scalp
Nintendo, Twitch, and whoever's listening. Okay, I'm not a scalper. I'm not about that. And if you scalp, you're a scumbag.
You're a scalp bag.
Yeah.
Does being a scumbag do anything?
It makes you money, apparently.
Maybe it'll get your cartridges banned.
There you go.
So, all right, what else? What else we got? Oh yeah, selecting stage before selecting
Oh, you-
characters.
You see the stage before you pick the characters.
Yeah,
It's confirmed.
yeah, and
That
allows them to
is-
consider. I like this the way he said it. This allows them to consider a fighter's compatibility with the field of battle. And you can set the
he's right.
you can set the rules so the loser picks the stage, but that's
Well,
a rule just
that's
like
always
in
been a thing.
right, just like in other Smash games. So I'm just saying he's kept it as a choice, which
Do you
is
think
good.
they'll put like stage striking in the menu, like
No.
officially?
There's no
Like you put
there's
an X on the stage and it goes away.
there's no chance in hell.
There's no way he's doing that.
That is so niche. Like
I really hope at the very least it's organized. So like all of what he thinks are neutral stages are at least in one spot.
No, they're gonna be organized by like.
they're gonna be grouped up by game, probably
Yeah.
kind of how they are now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is probably really the right way to do it. It'd be cool if there's a button that changed the sorting, but even then, what he thinks is neutral and what we think are neutral is probably different
If you
anyway.
could
So there's
make
probably
your
no
own
purpose.
tabs,
Oh yeah,
can
if you
make
can
your
make
own
your
tabs.
own stage layout, which maybe.
That'd help for the seasons idea.
Yeah, that's not an impossibility. Just because like there's
There's probably gonna
83
be, like,
confirmed
20 neutral
stages. I know there's 83
83
confirmed stages
so far.
in this game, and you can turn off stage hazards, which means that like
There's gonna be like 20
There's gonna be
neutral
a
stages.
lot
we
of
already
neutrals.
Know that
It's-
turning off stage hazards doesn't make them neutral. That's already been
Yes.
No, but
that's
it
not
does open up the possibility.
yeah.
shown. Yes, but
For
it's
some.
not a guarantee.
Like
so they're-
Frigate Orphean. Frigate Orphean is
I can see
probably
that
a
as
neutral.
counterpick.
Yeah, or yeah, counterpick, not so much
Okay,
neutral.
if we have that many neutral stages, will we even use counterpicks, or will those just be banned?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's to say? The season idea
The floating idea is
like-
like 9,
I'm-
10 stages per season.
yeah.
Like, I'm not an expert, but isn't the only reason we have counterpicks just for more variety? But like, I don't know. Why do we have counterpicks? Why aren't those just always available?
Why I
Well,
mean
it kind of has to be, or else how do you start
yeah.
the first game?
And it gives certain characters certain advantages.
If you have 20 stages to pick from,
Yeah, it's
Random.
nobody wants to 1-2-1. Well, actually, it's not one. It'd be 1-2-2-2 all the way to whatever.
that would be pretty rough. Yeah, that'll be interesting how the community decides to handle that. But like this is what we've been asking for, as many neutral stages as possible. And PM
So much
kind
that
of did
becomes a
this. Like the way PM did it was maybe not the best, but it was 7 neutrals and then like 12 counterpicks or something crazy like that.
I mean, if we can
So
get like 5 neutral stages that aren't all from Animal Crossing, I'd be happy.
that's yeah.
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 Is
Yeah.
there, like a way you can put music on any stage?
Isn't
Any
No,
music on
a way
any
to do
stage?
that?
No, I don't
No,
want that.
no.
Screw that.
No, Sakurai should just do it.
No, you
Do it.
shouldn't. No, it's weird. Have you ever played Melee with like the music randomized? Like it's weird.
Well,
Some
and
stages
isn't
just
that one
feel
where they just
so
replace all the
weird.
music- Isn't that the one where they just replace all the music with the songs from Undertale?
No, I mean there's a standard Melee mod that it just takes like all the Melee stage music but just randomizes it, including the menu music, which is really jarring when like Dreamland's playing on the menu. But anyway, you can do that in Smash 4. You can set whatever music you want to as the menu music. So Or
Sounds like
maybe
Jump
it's
Up
not-
Superstar is gonna be the song for everything.
Oh my god.
Oh
that'd be
yeah,
great.
that stage is confirmed with
But, like,
with that
songs
song.
with words need to be banned. Put it in the game, but don't allow it in any actual match. No words. We don't want Xenoblade decks.
I agree, except for Sonic songs and WarioWare.
Sonic
What's wrong with
song.
Sonic songs?
Well,
He's
the
saying they should be allowed.
They
in
should be
the-
allowed. Yeah, those should be allowed.
well, there are plenty of Sonic songs that don't have words. They're usually trash, but they exist.
Yeah, but the ones with words,
What?
then you get the audience singing along at the tournaments. It's fine.
How are the ones without words trash?
I mean,
the
most of the
ones with
Sonic
words are,
songs
like,
are
the
trash
ones.
anyway, but
That's not true.
Wow.
that's there's
Rooftop
a
Run is
couple
probably
of good songs out there in the Sonic verse, but most of it's like whatever.
I would.
You need to
Yeah,
go
I know,
off
I
whatever
know.
you're on.
I would
We
disagree with
need-
that.
We need to kick him off the stream. Like, he
It's
controls it.
I understand it's a
Seize
controversial.
the means.
This is some low quality trolling.
You want to see low quality trolling? Here we go.
I've
Laura Bailey is a terrible voice actress.
Okay.
that's really
tried
low effort trolling
that-
right there.
Yeah.
Very low effort. I know.
All right.
It's not even true. She's a very nice lady, and she's a great voice actress.
Honestly,
Think if
I don't
asked her to
really know
marry me, she would
anything.
do it.
I don't know anything about her other than her like that she's on the
Does anyone have her phone number?
Matt Mercer's thing. The
She-
LeBron, do you
Lust
have her
and,
phone number?
Fullmetal Alchemist, Jake.
what?
Lust? Oh shit.
Oh, is she?
That's the one that that's the
Yeah.
one that dies.
Wait, no, but I've only seen it.
It's-
Wow.
Oh, okay, wow.
Spoiler.
You finished the series, haven't you?
Yeah, but our viewers.
What about
may
our
not have.
viewers?
Of them?
We
Uh,
got Commander Root.
Oh please, she doesn't.
Wow,
do it.
wow, wow. You just call. No. You gotta respect the lurk.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
don't just call people out
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
What do you
can't,
mean?
You can't
He
call
doesn't
people
wanna
out.
lurk. They
He
can
doesn't
lurk.
even die in one of the animes. I won't tell you which one. She lives in one and dies in the other. It's up to you to figure it. It's a puzzle. Report back to me in an hour.
Now you've given 2 spoilers. So. Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
it's weird how in one of the shows she's like not even relevant, and the other one she's one of the main characters.
Yeah, because the first show was they like went
The-
away from
the
the
fir-
manga.
The first show caught up to the manga when it was only one volume existed.
Yeah, so they kind of they made up a lot of stuff. Pretty sure their version of like Sloth is completely different.
Half of their things are different.
Yeah,
Like Wrath is for some reason Pride now, and
right.
Oh man.
We are way off topic.
Yeah. So.
you need a Dynasty Warriors Full Metal Alchemist.
The Smash Ultimate's crazy. That's basically the idea. Tons of stages,
Okay, so-
music items.
He said the amount of stages, music, and items included is greater than ever before, but like
Yeah.
But like,
he didn't say all the stages are coming back.
When's
I-
Pokey floats?
he's
True.
okay.
He's
All bringing back all the stages is probably too insane of a task.
Well,
There's-
we've already seen that some of the 64 ones are literally like 64 game quality, so it
Yeah.
might not be that extreme.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of work moving them over. I mean, they have
Yeah.
to remake
I
them in the new engine.
And then most of them are terrible anyways. So
Now Mushroom Kingdom is fire. 64.
Mushroom
see, I
Kingdom.
don't want things like Mushroom Kingdom because that's also not that can't really be a legal stage.
It's impossible to be a legal stage.
So like,
Yeah.
why bother?
The only legal stage in 64 is Dream.
Hey, that's some illegal stages are fine, but like some of those, yeah, wow, whatever the name of that brawl stage is, that's underground.
The
Mushroomy
Kirby
Kingdom.
one?
Temple?
That's Smash 4.
No, the Mario one,
Mushroomy Kingdom.
Mushroomy Kingdom.
Oh, 1, 2?
Yeah, 1, 2.
You got,
yeah.
like what New Pork City? is.
Where
It's like, how
the-
could this ever be legal? It's beautiful, but how?
Hey, they brought back New Pork City. I'm super okay with that. I love that stage.
Yeah, I do too.
I remember we had one of our tournaments in Berlin, and I think I fought Dench there, and I kicked his ass.
New Pork City.
Yeah.
New Pork City is
And
a
I think you
great
took me
stage.
there, and then you Yeah, you took me to New Pork and then you kicked my ass, and then you 1v3'd a bunch of the randos.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do. I mean,
Oh yeah, I remember when you used to 1v3 people.
yeah.
You're mean.
Hey, I won 1v3'd people and won while Larone was on the team. Of the three. Yeah.
No, see, they all just die, and then I'm stuck with you. What am I supposed to do?
Get good.
Not die.
It's a 3v1.
But they don't do anything. It's basically a 1v1.
You just have to use them, try to use them to get me to go on the stage.
But they don't.
Didn't
They
Nairo
go
win
take
the-
your ledge bait and die.
Didn't Nairo win that 3v1 at the invitation?
Yes, he did.
Okay, but those are like people that don't even play the game. Like that DK was just walking off the stage.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be training all year, and next time I'm gonna kick your ass.
Reggie's a liar.
Reggie also was Johnning after that match. He's like, "Whoa, I didn't know it was gonna be on GameCube controllers. I didn't practice on GameCube controller."
I spend 16 hours a day running a company. You spend 16 hours a day playing Smash. I reversed that.
You want to see Johnning? Like, you should go watch the when Dragon Ball Fighter Z launched. The voice actors for Goku and Vegeta had a battle. The voice actor for Goku was so bad, like he was just Johnning the whole time. Like, oh, my buttons aren't working. I can't do my assist. And it was just very clear he didn't know how to play the game.
That's excellent.
Who was the voice actor?
Sean Schimmel for
Sean
Goku.
Schimmel, Goku. Did you know that he's Lucario?
Oh yeah. And then
Huh.
it got so bad. The Vegeta voice actor was playing Vegeta. He was just doing quarter circle forward special and just spamming key blasts the whole time. And he just took one hand off the controller and just kept hitting the button.
That's Christopher Sabat, right?
Yeah, he
Okay.
just won doing that. He just had one hand behind his head, just like, yep.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. That makes sense.
Oh man.
The whole crowd just there yelling, "Super Dash! Super Dash!" He didn't know how to do it. Just R2. He just hit the trigger.
Someone should have yelled R2.
All right, to bring this back again.
Sorry, call me Mr. Tangent.
That's fine. So any final thoughts on Sakurai's Smash Ultimate stuff to prevent us from talking
game
about
has
it for
a
too long?
chance.
Yoshi looks phenomenal in this game.
All the
Like,
characters.
Everything-
This is finally gonna be his time to shine. He's
Everything
going to be
about the
number one.
game and the animations and the style of this game look excellent.
He's like
Zelda looks great.
he's like a rush down zoner. It's amazing. He throw eggs and like they bounce now, so he can cover the ground. And since people can't like roll away from them anymore, it's gonna be like fighting Deadshot, except he's in your face the whole time while shooting you with bullets.
I think you're overthinking this.
Yeah.
All right, do you know about Deadshot and Injustice?
No.
He is the best character in the game, and it's complete nonsense because he's a zoner, and like if you get close to him and you hit him and knock him down, he has an invincible get up. You like literally have to block if you hit him.
That sounds retarded.
It is retarded.
Hey now, watch the
He's
one.
the only character you'll see at tournaments other than Batman for some reason. Batman's not even that good.
Isn't the Flash popular?
The Flash is the popular underdog here.
Oh, okay.
He's actually terrible.
I've seen like one match of Injustice 2 and I just saw Flash.
Yeah, a lot of people play Flash because he's hype as shit,
Okay.
but he's not very good. Because his one move to like move across the stage really fast is like it's like a stand-in, so like they can block it. They don't have to do a mix-up to block it, and if they throw anything out, it'll hit you. So if you're the Flash, you're pretty much just standing on the opposite side of the corner, waiting for death.
Hmm.
Which is kind of the opposite of what his character's supposed to.
So, yeah.
Wait,
real
can we
quick,
off topic with this?
I'm sort of curious on what everyone's thoughts are. One of the changes in this game in Smash Ultimate that's confirmed is that everything is techable. Like, as in footstools are always techable now,
Oh yeah, Mega
And-
Man's rip.
and and so is Greninja.
All right, repeat that once more.
You can always
Mitch
tech.
changed his name off top.
You can always tech, including footstools. So
Tech a footstool. Oh,
you
Yeah,
can,
Mega Man's rip.
also the
That-
little
that-
twirly
that's-
untechable thing is gone. You can always tech that now.
sweet. But like that's a huge buff to Yoshi because if you can tech a footstool off stage, you'll no longer like die just by leaving the stage.
Wait, tech a well, no, off stage is you can't tech in the air.
But I mean, you can tech off a wall, like because a lot of people they tech you while you're trying to grab the ledge, or they footstool you while you're trying to grab the ledge, and then if you
Oh, I don't
Tech the
don't think
wall
you
right
can.
there.
I don't think you can wall tech out of that.
we will have to see.
I assume not. You can just tech when you land on the ground. Which I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So no more
It's-
Ganon side B.
It's
So what they should
Oh,
do
yeah.
though, is they should take Yoshi's eggs and make them his side B, and give him an actual up B with his wings. Like give him Pit's up B.
Hmm.
Because we all know his egg roll is terrible.
hmm
So
But
it
see,
does-
Mitch, that's inaccurate because
Well,
he
it do-
only has wings in Super Mario when he inhales a blue shell in Super Mario World.
whatever. But like, what they should do. Oh, and they should give him a grapple with either his tongue or his yarn. But
That was disturbing.
Yoshi's grab
And
range is
last-
way better in this game, Mitch. I'm not
But
sure
yeah,
if you
it-
saw that.
Fun fact: in the right circumstances, Yoshi's egg roll can actually beat Sonic's spin dash, and it is how I beat the only real competitive player I ever beat in Smash 4. Is I egg dashed through his spin dash, and I actually won, and then I just like up smashed him in his confusion.
Beautiful.
You never beat Dick.
Like we clashed, and I won, and he just kind of stopped. He's like, "What?" And I walked up and smashed him.
Oh man. All right. So, are we good to move past Smash?
I think we talked
All right, what else
more
we got? on
damage
our list?
dealt and one-on-ones. You already knew about that.
Yep. Yeah, I think a lot of
So I
stuff we
assume
talked
we-
about last week,
Yeah.
and of course, there's plenty more to talk about, but we can
can go
we can
over
let it
it.
rest. All right. From Software, learning Unreal Engine, will return to games we are known for.
Such as
Either Bloodborne 2 or Dark Souls 4, probably, or something.
Yeah.
They're
What
just
about,
releasing-
what about their new
Right,
game
right,
that
right,
that
right.
already announced?
Sekiro.
Yeah, is that not on it?
No. This article doesn't make mention of it.
Wait, is that the one with the Dark Souls 4? Or is that a different one?
It says Dark Souls 4 confirmed in the
Yeah,
eventually.
because the creator said we are coming back to Dark Souls some point.
Yep.
So they're gonna make another Dark Souls. They just have no timetable for when it's going to happen. Kind of like the new Halo. Or the new Zelda. Or
Sekiro
the,
looks
or
more
the new
hype.
Elder Scrolls.
I
Sekiro
wonder-
looks very good.
I wonder why they've decided to go with Unreal.
Someone probably paid them.
Interesting theory.
They're taking a break from the Soul series.
They've earned-
Unreal
This,
is
the Sekiro is not going to work like the Soul series. Like, it's not an RPG, right?
I have no clue.
What?
I think I heard that. But
Sekiro.
Sekiro, it's not an RPG. Like, there are no levels and stuff. I think I
I
heard that.
thought that was Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, that could be it. Those games look very simply.
Yeah, I'm like forgetting what Sekiro is
That's
It's
the
the Samurai.
because I have the other one in my head.
that's the Dark Souls.
Yeah, Samurai Dark Souls. From Software, the guy with like the hook shot. He's fighting that giant.
Oh,
And
okay,
then-
okay,
and then the guy-
yeah.
And then the monster goes for the pile driver.
The pile
The
driver.
pile driver.
Yeah, okay, that game. Alright.
Oh, this is sort of totally unrelated to this. And sort of more related to the last thing, but I don't think we ever mentioned this last week and I keep forgetting, so I'm gonna bring it up right now. We never heard anything about retro, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
So we still don't know.
Maybe they're dead.
Like Retro Studios just closed up shop and told no one.
4 years.
Yeah.
They just went under quietly.
No Metroid Prime 4, no Retro Studios, no Yoshi game
Well, they at least acknowledged the Yoshi game, saying, you know,
after
next
the
year.
conference.
It was
Next year.
during E3 still.
Yeah, sure.
Metroid Prime 4, though, nope, nothing.
Nothing.
They did say 2018 game, so like,
Hey, I really hope they take this Yoshi game and they're like, let's make this a real success to Yoshi's Island.
They did that
Oh,
one
yeah.
Island DS.
I
and
would,
it was trash.
like, you know about what Todd Howard did to me, how it got all over the wall, right? Like,
Stabbed your
the Yoshi game, they do so much more. And I have to use like a popsicle stick or something.
What if
it would just break?
What if they're basically just like, hey,
stick.
look, it's Yoshi's Island again, but like modern and better,
But
and
not trash.
It's Yoshi's Island remastered.
But like the last 2 attempts.
Okay, there you go.
The DS is mad. New Islands.
New Island.
New
New Island.
Island's actually embarrassing.
New Island is like it's like a case study on how to not make a video game.
Yeah, New Island's pretty bad. Woolly World was good, but too easy.
To be fair, I have not played
Woolly
New
World
Island.
was just spectacle and like exploration, really.
Yeah, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was worth the purchase.
As I said in the chat not too long ago, I enjoy Woolly World the same way I enjoy Galaxy 2.
See, I don't enjoy Galaxy 2.
See, I recently started playing it, and spoiler alert, I may not have got. While I do own the game, I may not be playing a version that I own right now.
I only got like 10
And
stars in, so I don't know.
I've been playing on the.
Wow.
I've been playing on with a 360 controller, and it is so much better. And let me tell you, the game is complete garbage until you get to World 6, which, as far as I can tell, is the last one.
Oof.
Unless they're gonna pull a. It's a walk to the right simulator, and get really frustrated with the controls when the camera swaps, and then like you just start walking backwards.
I can't
Okay,
get that
it is
far
not
because I
complete
can't bring
garbage.
myself to beat the levels I need to beat to advance in the game. Because those
I don't-
levels are so like perpetually unfun that I just like.
I mean,
Like,
I already had to
I can't
force
do it.
myself to get all the stars in Galaxy 1. I can't do it.
I love Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't speak on 2, but 1 was not fun.
1 is not fun. 1 is an objectively bad game. 2 at least has spectacle and has Yoshi.
I will say Galaxy 2 was better than Galaxy 1.
2 is
Very
That I really shouldn't play Galaxy 1.
See, 2 is at the very least like creative. Like every ability is pretty much just replaces your jump with a float, but like
Except for
makes, like, interesting about
Spring Mario, which is honestly one of the worst things ever done in a video game.
I don't believe that's in Galaxy 2.
Yes, it is.
I have not run into
It's in
It
Galaxy
definitely is
2.
in Galaxy 2.
I am on the final world and I have not seen it, so that's interesting.
Then you've avoided levels with it because I'm on one right now. I hate it so much.
Well, you're correct in that statement.
It's
You should
I
hate
got-
it.
it's
I got used to it.
awful.
Just like you got used to the motion controls in Skyward Sword.
I
Skyward
never
Sword.
beat Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword's an excellent game. Yeah.
Keep telling you that.
No. I'm saying about. All right, I recently started watching a low percent speed run of Skyward Sword, which, if you don't know what that is, that's a
I think
whole
I am gonna give it another run.
another
You know,
tangent.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
gonna
I
give all
can
the
see.
Zelda games I haven't beaten. Another
I'm gonna-
one.
Probably beat it with a controller, but I need to. I have the Majora's Mask remake on DS. I need to play through that actually.
I heard that's garbage or something.
What?
No, it's much better than the original.
Yeah, it's
At
good.
least in terms of a casual version.
Rogers Base told me the original is better than the 3DS one.
Like,
Well,
the 3DS
there's
Cares
your
about
mistake.
yeah. Why would you listen to Rogers Base? He's typically wrong.
At the time
Oof.
I believe the 3DS version fixes a lot of bugs. It adds a lot of quality of life.
Hey, it also adds some
And
bugs.
I
Don't
don't-
you forget it.
What's up?
It also adds some bugs. Don't you forget it.
It does.
Yeah, of course
Oh,
it
God.
does.
But like,
It's a Nintendo
it,
game.
I remember the saving is fixed. It's not retarded anymore. You have like a quest log, so you can keep track of all the random people you talk to.
You have that in the original game.
That definitely isn't the original game. I
Yeah,
remember that.
that's like
Like
a
a
whole
journal?
thing in the yeah. You have a journal
Yeah.
in the original game. It's the first item you
It
get.
was one of the first missions you get with like the bomber kids.
Yeah,
Really?
they give you a
Yeah.
journal. Yeah, it's in the original game.
I remember doing that several times in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it's actually really good
Huh.
too. You get like timeline stuff and yeah, it's
I'll be damned.
yeah.
I don't use the journal, but like I remember when I was reading up about the game.
You
they were like,
borderline
"Oh, this is
have
great
to
new
for some
feature."
of the quests, unless
Well,
you're like
yeah.
crazy. Like the Anju and Coffee quest, like there's no way you can do it without the journal and or the internet.
I mean, most of Majora's Mask you need the internet for just to figure out where to go. Like there are 4 cardinal directions and they're all wrong.
Yeah, I never beat Majora's Mask either as a kid.
I've been in Majora's
Like,
Mask a few times in numerous different fashions.
yeah, you have like 4 different versions of it on your Wii.
Yeah.
But
No,
like,
that's
seriously,
Ocarina of Time. I
after-
have 4 different versions of. But
After you get the first giant guy and like you have 3 directions left to pick from, they are all wrong all the time.
that's not
It
true.
is-
I think they do a pretty good job of telling you where to go next.
They always say go east. So you go east, and it's like, well, I played Ocarina of Time, so I know I need the horse to get through here. Where the hell do I get a horse?
I just didn't like how like the 3-day system it stressed me out as a kid, and the game was.
That's
Oh, yeah,
one
when
of
I
the best parts
yeah.
of it.
I know. I just
Like,
couldn't do it.
It can get really obnoxious, sure, but like,
No,
It
I
can-
love it.
yeah, it
It's-
can lead to some very bad times, but overall, it makes the game a lot more interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll go back to it eventually. I'm finally beating Metroid Prime, and
Wait, you haven't even beaten Metroid Prime? Why are you so excited for 4?
because I enjoyed Metroid Prime, what I played of it, I basically beat it by this point.
I remember when I played Super Metroid and I almost beat it, but I got to this level with like quicksand and I turned the game off and never turned it back on.
Wow, really?
It's like
That's
a
towards the end of the
very-
game.
Yeah. Wasn't like out of like spite or anything. I just like I would think, should I play this game? Then I would think back to me like drowning in the sand because the controls are so ass. Because the game
Oh,
is
thank
20 years
you.
old. The game's like
I
20 years
don't-
old and hasn't aged well. It's just like, no, no.
Everyone says the controls in Super Metroid are like amazing, and I'm like,
I mean, they
really?
probably
Yeah,
were
that's
when
what
it
that's
came
what I
out.
hear. That they're
when
like
it came, when
god
it came
tier.
out, yeah, but now they're fine, I guess. But I don't know, I hate wall jumping. It's
That's
dumb.
another thing about Galaxy is that the controls are also just terrible. Like I don't
Hmm.
know why, but like I'll be holding the control stick to the right and you'll just like stop sometimes. It's like,
Honestly,
why?
in
They
Galaxy,
killed
you know,
side flipping in that game.
I'll give Galaxy some credit. I think the controls are pretty good for that type of game.
I've never
like-
had that happen to me.
Like the
Where there's a
camera
beam.
is actually like shockingly good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
because you can't control it.
Cause there's so many, yeah, I know, but there's like so many situations where like you're like walking, like
Also, like-
navigating like planet or like walking on these thin little things, like on this like sideways gravity thing, and like I've never felt frustrated by it. Like it was just working, like it did what I expected it to do at all
See,
times.
Most of the issues I run into come from when like you turn a corner or something and it just like doesn't know what to do, or you go upside down and it just like doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, they avoid those situations for the most part.
No, they don't. At least not in 2. I can tell you.
I don't remember
yeah,
having all these
but-
problems as a kid.
But
I
like,
just didn't like how you barely slide anymore. You change direction and it's like almost instant.
Or maybe it's because I don't have this nostalgia for 64. Maybe that's why.
So
I
if
mean,
you try
I-
to do a slide, it's like side
I didn't
flip.
have nostalgia for 64. I didn't
But you
play
played- but you
64
played
until
Sunshine.
like because Sunshine's the goat.
Yeah, I never played Sunshine.
you don't say that too loud because the internet will crucify you for that.
Yeah,
I
really
don't
terrible.
know. I don't understand.
I
I
don't
did not
get it
know
either.
that like Sunshine like isn't a well liked game.
It's the black sheep for some
Okay.
reason.
When-
It
when
doesn't make any
Odyssey came
sense. It's
out and
it's
people were
the
starting to
best
really-
Mario game.
Like people were, I think Odyssey beats it, but
I haven't played it
people
yet.
were starting to talk about Odyssey and they were starting to bring up all its problems, and like they were comparing it to 64 and Sunshine, and it's like these people have clearly not played either of those games. What they're describing is not reality.
Sounds
It's like,
about
oh,
right.
64 was an incredibly challenging experience. Like, yeah, because you were 6 and retarded.
Sunshine is definitely a lot harder than 64.
I mean, you just throw the floating one on it, and there's really no challenge in the game. But That's
that
fine.
people say that hover to win, but that's not even true. One, on sometimes you don't have flood at all.
Well, yeah, but then the game pretty much becomes Galaxy.
No, it's not Galaxy. There's no weird gravity. That's
Well, a lot of Galaxy stuff is pretty much on par with that
I
level
mean-
of stuff.
Spin, jump, and hover.
but the movement is
You
so
pretty
much
much do
better in
everything.
Sunshine.
I think a lot of people, what they do is they default to the hover, like people default to the shields in Dark Souls, so they don't actually like learn how to play the game, and so they get a bad taste for it.
Ah, man. This just makes me want to play Sunshine. All right.
I'll play that eventually.
It's
You haven't played it?
Also,
No, I
like
told you, I never
Galaxy
played it.
2, like sometimes
the
when you,
fuck?
sometimes when you jump, you'll just like not go as far as the other times.
yeah. I've noticed that too.
And sometimes, like when you land a jump, you just can't run. You have to walk,
Yep.
and you'll start running later. Like I don't. It's very inconsistent, and I don't know if that's because I'm playing a not completely retail version of the game.
Not completely.
But I have heard other people express similar complaints.
Maybe I need to replay Galaxies. I don't remember having all these.
Well, what people normally say about Galaxy is the movement is good for the context of the game, but compared to 64 or Sunshine and Odyssey, it is a travesty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like okay, play Galaxy for a little while and then go play Sunshine. Sunshine's controls are so much tighter.
Okay.
I mean, I know it sounds like I'm fanboying a little bit at this point, but like,
I mean, you get to.
yeah, I've played a lot of Sunshine, and that game feels really good. And there's people on the internet who agree with me. So,
I agree with you.
all right. Anyway,
I wouldn't
so
know.
moving on from Software, as we were clearly just talking about.
We should rename our show The Tangent.
Tangent. I mean, the
Not-
chat, the tangents. Close enough.
Against that. What do the fans think?
We've lost them. Too many tangents.
Shit.
All right.
Water.
EU votes on copyright law that could kill memes and open source software. This title's a little sensationalized, but
I mean, what title isn't?
A little.
It's not just a theory.
all right. If you guys want to understand that, there's somebody can link you in the chat of our YouTube video,
Episode 14.
episode 14.
Some haters.
The
Did the band
tangent
say
would be
anything?
better. Apparently,
Giveaways when we have more than 5 fans.
according to Rico, we
Giveaways.
should change the name to the tangent.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did you just say the tangent?
The tangent.
Tangent.
Whoa. All right. In this article, did anyone notice that the keyboard is a little bit weird?
I didn't read the article. I only read the headline and then based all my opinions off of that.
I don't know. They just show a stock photo of a keyboard for because they needed to put some kind of photo on this article for some reason. And it's just a picture of a keyboard, but the keyboard layout is there's a Y where the Z normally is, but everything else is about the same.
Sure, it's not just like Korean or something.
Except, I don't know. It's probably a European layout of some type because there's the euro
Let's
symbol
keep
on it.
Topic, okay.
This is on stream. On everyone can see
On-
this.
That doesn't make it on topic.
That's true. All right. So, oops. So yeah, EU
Jake, we-
voted on some copyright law, and I could read this, but the general gist of it is that anyone can basically copyright any original content online, and websites who host other people's content and support user uploaded content that is publicly available should implement content recognition technologies that are sufficient in warding off people who are stealing copyrighted content. But that could really be anything, and it's kind of weird and way too vague to be a good law.
Basically, you can sue Google or YouTube because if you made a meme, someone else is using it.
But isn't that the point of memes? To spread?
Yeah,
It's yeah, and it
This is going nowhere.
means open source. I mean,
there's no way.
it's past the
I mean,
first
I
stage.
don't know how laws are made in wherever this is,
The
but it's
The
going nowhere.
well, the legal affairs committee has voted in favor of it, so it only needs one more step to become a law.
Oh, what kind of
So this is up to
archaic
this is
shithole system is this?
this is up to parliamentary approval. Well, the legal affairs committee is the second or third stage.
I wouldn't know.
So the parliamentary
Whatever.
approval is the last stage for something to become a law in the
Yeah, that
EU.
makes sense.
And I mean the EU has frequently shown that they're incompetent for making laws regarding the internet. So
Good thing the UK left this trash hole.
Didn't
I
they
mean,
like not leave? Didn't
They're-
they say they were gonna and then just not do it?
they're in the process. It takes a lot of time.
Oh, they're still in the process. I don't. Okay.
Oh yeah, the process is long.
Wasn't that like a year ago?
That was more than a year.
More than a
than
year
that.
ago.
Was it more than a year ago? Okay.
Yeah, but they laid out like a 3 or 4 year plan for their exit. It takes time.
Mm.
I mean, they're basically like separating their government.
Yeah.
Like it's a yeah,
I mean,
they
you know, like the first thing that's gonna happen once they finally do it is they're gonna vote to re-enter.
that would be so bad. And then the EU is going to be like, "Uh-huh. So you want back." And then they're going to charge them twice as much.
Well, by that time we'll have a space force apparently, and we'll have new types, and we won't be weighed down by Earth's gravity.
So
Do you believe in gravity?
yeah, this is should theoretically not affect us much. I mean,
Space Force?
Yeah,
I
No,
hope it
but it's
affects
law.
us.
no, the law,
I want my damn Gundams.
not your tangent. Though,
Why?
I mean, this
Gundam?
really shouldn't be
Why wa-
done.
why wa- Gundam?
Oh yeah, the link tax. I didn't even mention that.
Link tax?
Excuse me.
It's
You get
part of
taxed
the
by
law
business,
could force things like Google or Facebook to have to buy licenses from media companies before linking to their content, which is
Yeah, I don't think so.
nuts. It doesn't even
What?
make sense. The media companies wouldn't even want this.
Isn't that the point of media to spread information? And
Right,
like, get it on these
they
platforms?
want clicks and to have to and for people to have
so
to pay
who
them
does this
it's
protect?
it doesn't these laws are
So-
under scrutiny for a reason. It's kind of
So
nonsense.
Like who
Google-
actually sat down and
Wait,
wrote
wait, sorry.
this?
Google buys or sells the links? I'm confused. Both cases sound just awful, but
Google
Which one
has
is it?
Google has
Google
to
has
would
to
have
buy
to
a
buy them
license.
before linking to their content,
What?
which that could like kill
that is
search engines.
absurd.
Like search engines can get like destroyed by this.
What's the point of this? I don't get it.
So Google has no one left to advertise, and
Yeah.
everyone else doesn't get any
So-
ads,
so
and
the sh-
everyone just
right.
dies.
So that's the short of this. The link tax thing, and that basically all websites would have to check every single thing uploaded online and check it for copyright content. So everything would always have to be checked at upload time, like before it gets public.
I don't think these people understand how big the internet is and how just impossible.
Yeah. It's kind of similar to the GDPR. I mean, the GDPR was mostly full of good stuff and some good intentions, but still written by people who don't understand the internet. And
How do you not understand the internet?
the
in 20
GDPR is
years?
probably
60
is
years old.
way better than this. And I guess they're like, "Hey, we got the GDPR through. Let's see if we can get this crap through." I don't know. It seems like it's full of good intentions theoretically, but like, man, it's
How? What good intentions?
the good
Okay.
intentions is that people are getting their content stolen all the time without
From
their
Google?
permission. But like, this is not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is a problem, for like the likes of like people stealing people's YouTube content and putting it on Facebook and not crediting people. That's a problem. And
Well,
there's
this is a terrible solution.
this is a terrible solution. That's why I said
So it's
good
a Facebook
intentions,
fault that somebody did
horrible
it.
solution. So yeah, apparently
I
Rico
like
Snow
where they're
not a
going with
real
that,
fan of the
and-
show, according to the Twitch
Yeah,
channel.
I like where they're going with that. At least they're saying, you know what, this is Facebook's problem. Facebook needs to take care of it.
And you know what? That's not necessary. No, it's wrong. Well, kind of. Kind of. It should. There's something in between. Facebook currently has no liability, but that shouldn't be the case.
Well, I like that they're at least putting the scrutiny on Facebook to do it, and not like, this unfightable.
Yeah, but
mystery
it's
man on
not
the internet.
just Facebook though.
The
It's
hacker
the problem is-
If it's you could flip it and say Facebook is where it originated and got put on YouTube, it'd be Google's problem.
yeah, and the thing is, this becomes every website's problem that allows
Yeah.
uploaded content, which like.
So let's
And
just
that's-
not let them upload content.
That's really vague because that could include things like comments. And what does that even mean? Can I copyright
Okay,
This
this?
there we
guy
go.
commented my meme that I made.
the copy pastas.
I want
Not the
YouTube to give me
not
$3
the-
million.
not the
Yeah,
copy
could you get a
pastas.
copyright strike on a copy pasta?
There's no way. No. I understand like the semantics that it could and it does include that, but like no one's gonna enforce that on comments if this actually like goes through.
Yes, but maybe not necessarily comments, but like text in general could apply to this as well. Which
This guy stole my ASCII art. Where's my money?
I mean, why not ASCII art be copyrightable? I guess.
No. Not like this.
Oh yeah, this is rough stuff.
You use a dumpster.
So
Wow.
there's
Tell me I'm wrong.
still going to be further negotiations, parliamentary agreements, and a final vote. There's obviously already petitions and initiatives to stop this from happening. And
I thought
honestly,
we were
this is one that like I don't think any company would be in favor for at all. So
you have to use the internet to promote your products.
yeah, so
The media's
this
important.
one has a chance of actually getting shot down. Like the net neutrality stuff was kind of screwed because like
Comcast.
That was an
Comcast and
FCC
AT&T
vote. Like, what
and
is-
Time Warner, which this is
Yeah,
sort
they
of a
actually
tangent
wanted
to the
that.
show, but the Time Warner AT&T thing is pretty fucked. But
Oh yeah, they're merging
yeah,
or whatever, or
yeah,
AT&T's buying them or something.
yeah, AT&T is buying Time
Yeah.
Warner. Yeah, it's a merger, and that's absolutely beyond insane and kind of relevant to this show in a way. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have internet through either AT&T or Time Warner out there,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
and this is bad for you. This is actually bad for everyone. So, yeah,
No, we're all just.
I didn't know data caps were a thing.
data caps. Yeah, I have a data cap for my
It's
home
'cause
internet.
I'm currently grandfathered into not having one.
Oh, really?
5 gigs of limitless data.
Yeah, I have
Oh, you have, like,
500.
cell phone?
I have a 500 gig a month limit
Ugh.
for my
I
home
mean-
internet, which I mean I've never
So if
hit.
you're watching HD videos and
No,
download a couple Steam games, you might get right.
You could watch 500 gigs a month. I've done the math. If I were to watch 4K YouTube like 12 hours a day every day, I still wouldn't hit it. So
But what if there are 3 of you in the building?
yeah, that's
if you
where
went in there and are doing
it
that?
becomes a problem, and you can pay more to raise the caps.
That's some shit.
Yeah, ain't it?
But like, well, the thing with
But it only
caps-
affects like 1 to 2%, so they don't care.
well, it's not that it affects 1 to 2%. It's that it actually just it benefits the customer so much because the customer is retarded and doesn't understand the difference between rates and caps.
Yeah. But
Yeah, most people will argue for this.
for caps
Why?
or for the merger
What's the argument?
or for
Because they're like, it doesn't affect me. So what?
Yes, it
So what
does.
if the big company gets extra money at my expense? It doesn't actually affect my internet.
but
You
it
can't.
but it can
What?
because less competition will always
That's
affect.
a.
Yeah.
They're not
Less
thinking big
competition
picture, all right.
means You're screwed in the long run. Like that's
Yeah, there's
basic economics.
the crazy thing about this is this almost happened once before between Comcast and Time Warner, which is kind of funny. And it was blocked by the U.S. government. They said, like, no,
It's a monopoly.
what the hell? No.
But now AT&T does it, and everything's fine.
And everything's fine. Well, we have a different government now, don't we?
Yeah. Trump and the GPI.
Well, this GPI had nothing to do with this one. This is all the FTC.
Okay.
Still cannot believe the net neutrality crap.
Yeah, that's kind of unbelievable, and that's something that we have to deal with. And this and net neutrality, like, oh god, it's so bad.
The majority of the American people was against this. It still passed.
Yeah.
Were they? Was there any?
Yeah,
There were a lot
Were
of
there
surveys.
were there
Oh,
any
yeah.
poll survey?
Yeah.
There was a very big survey going around where they asked, "Are you for net neutrality?" and it was roughly 50-50. And then they said, "Are you for a system that does this?" And what that system was exactly what net
Oh.
neutrality was, and it was like 97% approval.
Education poll. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out when people are actually informed on the subject, it basically anyone who isn't brain dead says like, "Oh yeah, net neutrality is a good thing."
It's like asking if someone's for Obamacare and then
And
taking Obama off the name,
taking Obama out of the name and like talking about
telling them what it is. And oh, that sounds decent.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, this show got pretty political here. I guess that makes sense talking about copyright law. But we
This
swear,
again, it
this
sounds like
affects
the
you
first year of
gamers.
Smash Club? What is Rico Snow talking about?
I don't know.
The first year of Smash Club.
First year of Smash Club for.
I don't know. Okay. I think we should move on.
Yeah, we should.
All right.
To what?
The World Health Organization has officially
Oh, right.
designated video game addiction as a disease.
This is some shit.
That's
This
fine.
is, like, I don't. Did you read the article? Because it's pretty straightforward. It's if you play enough games to have it be a problem, and a doctor agrees, you can get diagnosed as this as a real addiction. They're not saying that like, oh, this guy played video games for an hour.
Is there a
so he's
defined?
addicted. It's
Well, okay.
Is
I'm not
problem subjective
If it's
based on the person?
if it's messing, if you play video games so much it messes with your circadian rhythm, disrupts sexual function, and leads to depression or anxiety.
so like.
And
if-
how do
if-
you link the two?
That's what I'm saying. That could be any addiction. Like, why?
Well, they're just more or less adding video games to that list of addictions that could.
But how do you know video games are
How
what
is
are
the
causing you to be
purpose?
depressed?
You don't necessarily know. I mean, depression
it's
always
fine.
has many factors. Like you can be an
I agree.
alcoholic and that not be the source of your depression. I mean, but
Yes.
you're still addicted to alcohol, and it's still causing you some issues.
So hard.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just another way for people with addiction problems to get help.
Yeah, like there are
Is
some
there
people.
going to be a
It's not like-
VGAA?
It's not like there's. It's not like there's using this as a way to like stop people from playing video games. It's a way to say, hey, maybe you're taking this a little too extreme. Get some.
On the other articles that I've like seen and stuff from like the BBC, they were trying to say like, oh, these kids are playing like video games like what,
that
22
is
hours a week.
So out of context.
That's what. That's like 3 hours a day.
22
Yeah.
hours a week.
Well,
Oh,
how
God,
old are
that's
these
a lot
kids?
of weeks.
They're like 10 or 11 or 12.
Eh?
It's not too bad. It's only
I
it's like
mean,
it's like
as
3
long
hours.
as you're doing something else.
3 hours
It's
a
not
day
a
is not that
problem.
bad. But yeah,
that's
there
not-
are some people
And it's
who are
probably
legitimately.
more like 5 to 6 on the weekend.
Yeah, but that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about people who are like
is.
legitimately addicted to video games. People who are playing like 80 to 100 hours a week, and
Yeah.
it's like
100 a week?
it's like affecting their health.
How do you even do that?
Addiction. Like,
Yeah, these people aren't getting proper sleep. They're like it's all they do. Like it's
But I mean,
my
if you're playing 100 hours a week, then you're not doing anything else. And if you're not doing anything else, then you're not making money unless you're a streamer.
you might already
That's
have
what
money,
I'm asking.
or you
So
already
unless
have
you're just
you
sitting
already
on a
got
pile
cash.
of cash,
Or
how are you
you're
supporting this lifestyle?
or you're like or you're just running out of cash in a hurry. You lost your job because you like would keep showing up late or be asleep because
Well, then you
you're
could
not
start
sleeping.
making parallels to real addiction.
I mean that's yeah, it's video game addiction.
Like
is
if you're a
real-
heroin addict, all your money goes into a needle that goes into your arm.
Yeah, video game addict, all your money
And
goes
then
to
your
video
life's
games and you
over.
can't hold a damn job. And this definitely happens to
Yeah.
people. So
See, now we're getting somewhere.
yeah, this is fine. Julian, what
Yeah,
do
I
you
feel like a lot of
what do you
people
not like about this?
It's just that I don't know. It seems it's another attack on games, like video games, for the mainstream media.
all right, people are going to construe it that way, but that's not what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is
They're like conflicting.
No, the people who are making this law or whatever, they're not saying video games are inherently a problem. They're saying
I know.
they're just something that can be addictive, and we want to make that more clear and give a way to help people who have taken it a bit too far.
Mhm. And also you have to be taking it too far for at least a year, which is longer than most other addiction classifications. So you have to show like true addiction to even get to even fall into this classification.
My understanding is a doctor has to pretty much tell you that you're addicted. Like it requires it. I don't know the term I'm looking at. Diagnosis. There we go.
Yeah.
Also, there was like conflicting like reports about this actually being legit or something.
Huh, don't know.
According to this article, the American Psychiatric Association added internet gaming disorder to their list of disorders as a condition for further study 5 years. So that was 5 years ago, and they've been conducting research since, leading
I feel like
to
that'd
this.
be hard to like medically diagnose.
I agree.
I mean, it's just
'Cause,
as
like,
hard
if
as
you're on
any
drugs,
addiction.
it's pretty fucking obvious that that's killing you.
Yeah, but it can be
And
hard.
alcohol poisoning is a thing.
Yeah, as far as I mean, it's not necessarily like there
A
you can
physical
be
problem.
yeah
I
you can
think the
be
idea
addicted
here-
to and like alcohol addiction isn't exactly a physical addiction either.
Yeah.
But see, I think the thing with the video games one is that it gives people a reason to think maybe I should go get this checked out. Not many will think like that, of course, but
Yeah, or it could like if somebody is like throwing their life away and to video games and stuff, and then has been pushing everyone out of their life as a result of it. You know, the way an alcoholic or another addict would. This could maybe get one of their family members to pipe up and say, "Hey, maybe you should get looked at, or maybe you should talk to a psychiatrist." I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Like, yeah, there are some people who will probably take it as an attack on gaming or say like, "Hey, look, gaming's addictive." Ha ha ha. Whatever. I mean,
so is a lot of things. That are
right. So are a lot of things like there are alcoholics. Does that mean you're not gonna have a glass of wine with dinner? Like, come on.
Yes.
Like, I could see some concern with like kids being potentially more susceptible, and that could be
What are
true.
the parents?
Yeah, but
a
that's
completely different issue.
that's a totally
is-
different.
These days, you just give your kid a phone or an iPad.
Right, this is for people who are way too far down the rabbit hole already.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree. I know I'm gonna see some articles all gaming. Here we
of
go
course you
again.
are, but they're all going to be bullshit.
Hey, it's been 2 days. I haven't seen anything. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right. So this is kind of a weird topic we're going into here now. Sort of related to health and video. It's actually strangely not too. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna say.
These people are just
Adult father-son duo allegedly tried drowning a stranger after Pokemon Go fight.
Excuse me.
So, the father and son were accused of assaulting a man and pushing him into a lake over a disagreement in Pokemon Go. They have been handed third-degree assault charges. The fight began after a man suspected two players of stealing the virtual Pokemon Go gym he had attempted to battle for. The man threw a Gatorade bottle at the guy.
father-son couple,
Yeah.
according to local authorities.
Yep.
That's the last
Yep.
name.
And then the father-son caught up with the accuser, threw the bottle back, hit him in the face. This prompted as a fight, and there is a video of it if you want to go searching for it.
I do not.
It's apparently pretty bad. The father holds down the man while the son hits him repeatedly.
What the fuck?
And then the two then pushed him into a lake and tried to drown him. But that was not captured on
I bet
video.
they were Team Instinct.
You can't really steal a gym. You just
Yeah, how
get
does
there
that?
before that those other people
Well,
do.
one person's like fighting it, and the other ones are just kind of waiting.
Oh, they gotta just sneak in and
Yeah.
while they're fighting.
Like one person does all the work, the other one takes all the reward. But like you can only put one Pokemon in a gym. You can have like, up to 5 in a gym, right? So it's not like
Yeah,
it's-
so I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Unless
these-
they were on different teams. I don't.
I guess he was on a different team.
Mitch, you're forgetting the part that these guys are clearly fucking crazy. Like, even if he stole it, this is such an
Yeah.
insane reaction that you cannot imagine these are level-headed, smart people. You just,
God.
they just simply aren't. I mean,
Reminds me of that time that one guy got beaten to death by a tree branch.
they this is basically attempted murder. Third-degree assault is.
That's pretty light.
They're
They tried to kill him.
letting him off easy with third-degree assault. And third-degree assault's pretty bad. That's a felony charge. So,
They're putting them on what they can prove.
and yeah, their bail is also set at $15,000,
$15,000.
which is pretty crazy.
That's it for attempted murder, yo. What the
The dad
That's
could
really
just Put
high.
up his house.
15,000 is pretty high. For
But-
15,000 each.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to pay that. I'm sure my parents wouldn't dish that out for me.
Put your
Murder,
house
I
up
thought
as
it'd be higher.
collateral.
Yeah, $15,000 bail is pretty high. That's usually reserved for people who are like thought to be very violent and a danger to society.
They clearly are.
Well, if they were considered a danger to society, they wouldn't have a bail at all. But yeah, these this is going to court. This will likely go to trial because this is crazy, and this guy should take it
There's
to
a
trial.
video,
I mean, yeah, they're fucked.
and it's only third-degree assault. This is easy.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, they're probably
That's
gonna
why
try to
I think
argue
it's
it. They're
true,
probably gonna
that'd be
try to argue it
true.
down. They're gonna claim that they never tried to drown him because that's not on video.
Maybe they'll claim self-defense.
So they'll claim that it
You did
wasn't
throw a
attempted
Gatorade bottle
murder.
at them.
Because they maybe could get away with the attempted murder.
Maybe they'll say they were trying
Attempted
to
murder is too hard to prove.
Yeah. To be fair,
Assault.
borderline manslaughter is sort of a thing. Where, like, even if it wasn't attempted murder, like, you were close enough to murdering them where it could.
For what is it, third-degree assault? All I gotta do is get the doctor, whoever examined the guy, to get up there and say how he got his ass beat.
Yeah, apparently this guy is, like, pretty bad. He's got cuts and bruises in his head, all over his body, broken fingertip, and eyes swollen shut.
There you go. Just call the doctor, tell him that.
Sounds
If
like
there
a-
were any witnesses, be like, well, yeah, we saw him. He was getting the shit beat out of him by these two crazy people. Done.
I saw it, but he was Team Instinct, so I ain't saying shit.
So, yeah, this is crazy. Like, what the hell? See, those people might need to see some therapists about their video game problem.
I
Might
wouldn't call that yeah, that's
it's
an
not
addiction.
it's
It's
it
not
might not
an
actually
addiction.
have anything
Hey.
to do with video games. But, you
Yeah.
know, they should probably get looked at by someone because
If they lost in any hobby, they'd be killing something. They'd be assaulting someone.
Imagine if there was
Fuck
like
Smash.
money to be lost or something in this. Like they probably would have actually killed the guy.
To be fair, the gyms are how you get the premium currency without paying for it.
Whoa! I just read this. The
To
the
be
dad is 71 and the kid is 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
They're
What?
growing as men.
70. Yeah, 71 and 30.
What?
71.
You got held down by a 71-year-old?
The
I
dude's
mean, it's
strong.
2 on 1.
The guy must be ripped.
It's 2-on-1. And
like-
they didn't say the other guy. The other guy could have been like younger
The
for
other
all
guy's-
we know.
The guy's like some 12-year-old kid.
Not a kid.
Some 12-year-old kid.
Yes, officially
It's
not
probably a grown
officially
dude.
not a kid,
Oh,
but
what if was it a cat? Please don't tell me.
If it was
cat.
a child, they'd have no chance.
if it was a child, this would be first degree assault. Like
They just put a beat up child on the stand crying.
I remember when I got.
yeah,
charged
no,
with
that would have been
first-degree
attempted murder. They would have these guys would have been going to prison for life. Potentially if they beat a child senseless and try to drown him. Like that's how you get like 20 years. At 71, I mean, this dad's 71. He might spend the rest of his life in jail if this goes to trial.
assault. Yeah, just put him in the chair.
Put him in the chair. They don't do that anymore.
They should.
They really
We'll
shouldn't.
execute one person
They
each
really
day at
shouldn't.
noon until Waluigi is in Smash.
This is a blue podcast, Mitch. All right.
Waluigi time.
So this is our last topic of the night. Arc System Works announces a kill
Goodbye.
the game.
I'm
Why?
surprised you voted
The show ended 5 years ago, right? Or like,
I think it ended in 2014, so like 4 years ago.
why did they wait so long to do anything with it?
I don't know.
Not like they've been releasing game after game. Like, isn't this like the first or second one, maybe?
Oh, I'm not sure.
It's just laughable.
This is just
guess-
weird.
The
That's all I had to
popularity
say.
still, there's still popularity for the series, and
Yeah.
But
Throwing
does,
it Frank's
does
is
this
trash.
confirm a sequel? Because like,
it wouldn't make sense.
They didn't leave room for a sequel, but
They
like,
kind of didn't.
they actually they were pretty clear that there could be a sequel. It's just like, I don't see how that could ever work since you know.
Yeah.
It kind of concluded pretty well. Well, they're gonna go Gurren Lagann on us. They're gonna like go out to space and start fighting people and throwing galaxies at each other like they were frisbees.
But like, I don't want to spoil this. I'm not gonna say anything, but like, like
Right.
the main. I'm not gonna say anything.
I know what you're saying. Like there was one point in the last episode where they're like, oh wow, they're totally setting up for a sequel, and then over the course of the next 2 minutes, like there's no way they can set up for a sequel.
Yeah,
I mean, people are already salty that it's not even Arc System Work.
it is artistic.
They're publishing. It's A+ Games making it.
Oh, really?
And apparently all they do is make mediocre games.
Well, I mean, of course, it's
That's
gonna
what all
be a
the
mediocre
salty
game.
people say.
Anyone who thinks this is gonna be a good game is fooling themselves.
Also, did you
Like,
see
people
that
think the new Spider-Man will be good?
did you see that it's launching for an unannounced platform?
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm wondering that myself. 2019
Are we,
for unannounced
is this Ouya?
platform.
Ouya 2? Is it finally
Is
happening?
good?
Ouya 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Maybe it's in pre-production, so like they don't know the.
Ouya went out of business.
Well, if they made a second one.
The second one.
All right. Well, there you go. And on July 5th, we're gonna get more information about this game. So,
Yeah, during Anime Expo.
yep. Maybe we'll see.
It'll be laughably incomplete.
Kill la Kill's Trigger, right?
Wow,
Right.
they basically
so-
aren't wearing clothes in this game, are they?
That's about how the show goes.
That's
Kinda
how
like
the show goes.
It's very much like Keijo, where
Oh, I should probably watch it then.
yeah,
I mean,
like actually really good. It just has this superficial level of what the fuck.
There's actually symbolism as to why they're doing that. You just have to look over the stupidity of them.
Yeah, sure.
same with Keijo. I've been
No.
telling you.
You're actually fooling yourself.
I'm not fooling
Yeah.
myself. There's actually a lot to that show.
I mean,
Explain it to me.
That's off topic for the podcast.
tune in for the chat after dark. We'll talk more about Keijo and all of your anime titty needs.
One of these days we should start just like. No, we really shouldn't. Never mind. All right. Well. All right. So I think that's the end of our show this week, guys. Any final thoughts on anything that we talked about? Well,
Not
we,
take
uh,
Keijo was a good show.
Steam sale.
Steam sale.
Meh.
Dark Souls 3 DLC is not on sale, but the game plus the season pass is. So you can buy the whole game and the DLC for the same price. You can just buy the DLC. It's kind of bullshit. So I already own the game. Pulling Nintendo on me.
Who's our sponsor?
Our sponsor this week is Arch
Skyrim.
System Works.
I was gonna say Trigger, but I'll go with that.
They made a pretty good Dragon Ball fighting game.
Screw Trigger. Drawing in the Franks is garbage.
Telling you.
I haven't been keeping up with the past few episodes. Did something happen?
Episode 20 is an absolute dumpster.
No, he's watching The Wire and he's healing.
No. I'm not. Anime's still good. It's just
Baby
Yeah,
steps.
My Hero Academia has saved anime once again.
true.
Yeah.
United.
Anyway, our real sponsor this week is Pokemon
Smash!
Go. Pokemon Go, so good you'll drown someone over it.
Pokemon Let's Go Drown. So.
Yeah, let's go. God
Okay, Hilly.
damn. So, yeah, I'm gonna play you guys out with Bill Wirtz's new song, "Hello, Sexy Pants," and y'all
Yes,
have
it's-
yourself a good day.
Who?
I have
Guys.
very few
The guy who's saying I hate myself. No words. Listen.
man. You ever heard that song? This is America. Don't answer that.